First of all, let's understand what is resources. Resources are not, they become. That's something which was said by Zimmerman. In fact, Zimmerman goes on to identify that there are three types of substances. One is what we call them as resources, another we call them as neutral substances, and the third that we call as resistances. When he says this line, resources are not, they become, basically it means that there are substances you do not know its utility. It is a neutral substance. Let's say, for example, the day we learned cultivation, soil became a resource, but the rock that was lying underneath, that was a neutral substance. But then when we realized the importance of that rock, and that happened to be some mineral which we could mine, so that became a resource. And the topsoil, which was to be excavated to get to that rock or that mineral, was a resistance. Soil became resistance. But then there was a diamond hidden underneath, and that's a typical example they give. That was a neutral substance. The day we discovered there's a diamond underneath, both the soil and the rock or the mineral became resistance, because we had to cut them down to get there. So that is where the meaning of the word resource comes. Resources are not, they become. They can be tangible, intangible, physical, and not physical, both. Like human resource is not a physical resource. You still look the same after acquiring certain skills, isn't it? And then you have got, they can be physical resources. Anything which has got capacity to satisfy human want and has social utility can be called as resources. That's what generally the people understand. Anything on which value addition is possible, that's how economists would say, is called a resource. So there can be many ways to look at resources, and then they are not, they become. Resources are not, they become.